Let's just go ahead and find comfortable seat this morning. We know that back body is where we're headed, but we might just kind of start from the top, work down through the neck, the shoulders, all of that, and eventually get to our back body. So comfortable seat, your sits bones grounded on the earth. You might have to move the flesh even. Of course, if sitting is hard, we lift our butt up so that our knees are lower than our hips. If you're comfortable closing eyes, I would invite you to let the eyes gentle close. Just recognizing that when we're seated, we've got our core engaged so that our front body is holding up the back body. Check in with your shoulders, ensure that they're soft, relaxed. You can soften your face. Release your jaw, drop your tongue from the roof of the mouth down. Just getting yourself settled in this morning. First part of every practice is just a centering opportunity, a time where we purposely separate ourselves from everything we've got on our agenda today. Where we pull the mind and its thinking into the body. Where our awareness just moves from the external to the internal. Perhaps you notice breath this morning. The rise and fall of your belly or of your chest. And as we settle in this morning, I'd like you to just consider a thought. Very often in this practice, we refer to our body as a container, this vessel that holds the energy that we as humans identify as ours. This morning, I'd like for us to consider flipping that thought with the idea that perhaps it's our energy that holds our body. The energy that we as humans have access to. It holds on to this human body. Of course, that means that our energy does not stop at our body, but that our energy extends outward. Some people will say that there's an aura. You might take it even further this morning and just know that But potentially, the energy that's in this body extends all the way out and is the energy that is all around you, whether that's in the trees and the rocks, and the creeks. The energy, it holds this body, but it doesn't stop at this body. With an inhale, let's bring our palms together, tuck the thumbs at the heart. Perhaps the chin moves down towards the chest. Drawing your thumbs to the forehead, that space right between the eyebrows. You'll bring the thumbs back to the heart. Take a breath in and use your exhale to drop the hands to the lap. And exhale to tuck the chin all the way down to the chest. Relax your shoulders. Soften your face again. And feel your breath. Let your belly expand with the inhale. And let it deflate with your exhale. With an inhale, we'll bring our heads back to the center. And exhale, we'll gently rock the head back so the throat opens just a hair. Inhale your head to the center. Exhale, drop your right ear towards your right shoulder and just stay here breathing. Let the left shoulder in particular relax so that the left side of your neck is open. Those muscles are lengthening. Ever so gently, your head will slide from front to back. And with your ears still dropped towards your shoulder, you'll let your nose turn side to side, almost like you're turning your head no. It's real subtle. Coming back where the ear is just dropping towards the shoulder. Using an inhale, bring your head back to the center, pause. A breath in. A breath out to drop your left ear towards the left shoulder. Right shoulder in particular is soft. It's relaxed down. And that right side of your neck is nice and long. It's open. Keeping the ear dropped to the shoulder, let your head slide front to back. And let it turn a little side to side. Pausing, ear just dropping towards the shoulder. Using an inhale, head is back to the center. Take a breath in. Exhale, chin down to your chest. Relax both shoulders. Soften your face. Feel your belly expand with an inhale. Deflate with your exhale. Inhaling, the head moves back to the middle. Exhaling, let it rock back. Open the throat a bit. Inhale your head to the middle. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Left side is open again. This time, if our eyes were open, we'd be turning the head so we could peek down and look at our right armpit. The chin gently tucks in. And you're after these little muscles in the left side of the neck. They're often referred to as your accessory muscles. You have anterior and posterior ones, both of which get tight just from breathing. Good, bring your head back so the ear is just dropping towards the shoulder. And again, if your eyes were open, this time your head would turn so that you're looking up and over, like towards the left. And if you pay attention, I am imagining like you can feel that in the front of that left side of the neck. And take a breath in. Exhale, turn the head back so the ear is just dropping towards the shoulder. Use an inhale, head moves back to the center. Breath in here. Breath out, left ear drops to left shoulder. You're using an exhale to turn the head so that you'd be peeking down at your armpit. Your shoulder, right one, is soft, and likely you're acknowledging sensation in the back part of that right neck. Nice big breath. You'll bring the head back so just the ear is dropping towards the shoulder. Turning then the head so that you'd be looking up and over towards the right. Still though, the ears drop to the shoulder. Breath in, breath out, I'll turn the head back, ears just dropping towards the shoulder. Take a big breath. Then inhale, head is to the middle. Take an extra breath in. Use your exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. If you need to adjust your legs, maybe move the front one to the back or stretch one out, however you need to adjust so that you can continue in the seated position. With an inhale, we'll bring the head back to the center. Your exhale will rock it back, open the throat. Inhale, head to center. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Take your breath in. Exhaling, chin rolls down to the chest. Up and over to the left ear, draw a rainbow with your nose. Get back to the right. Let your chin again roll down. Over to the left, you're just circling with the head. Probably nice and slow, aware of sensation. Noticing any sort of noises that the neck makes. Any catches. Next time your chin is at your chest, let's pause. And inhale will bring your head to the center. Exhaling, open the throat. Inhale, bring your head to the middle. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Take your breath in. Exhaling, chin rolls down to the chest. Up and over to the right with your inhale. You draw a rainbow with the nose. Back to the left. So the head can just circle. Nice and slow, nice and purposeful. Could do one more circle. When we meet, we'll meet chin to the chest. Inhaling to get our head to the center. Let's exhale, rock it back one more time. Keep the throat open, just breathing, but roll the shoulders back and down. Get your heart lifted. This high heart. Let your arms and hands come out and down beside you. Your palms will face forward. With an inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, arms float down and chin tucks down to your chest. Inhaling to lift the arms and open your throat. Exhaling, arms float down, chin tucks down. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, float down. Bring it back up with your inhale. This time, drop your right arm to the earth and take a bend to the right. Try to keep both your sits bones grounded. We're gonna hold it here with this lateral bend. If you can roll that left shoulder back and down, let that happen. Inhaling, everything will come back up into the middle. Exhaling, left arm drops. And you take a lateral bend to the left. Your right sits bone in particular stays connected. Right shoulder back and down away from your ear. Nice. Inhaling everything back to the middle. Exhaling, right arm down, bend to the right. Inhaling, middle. Exhaling, left. Inhale, middle. One more time to the right. Inhale, middle. And last time to the left. Inhale, middle. Exhale, both arms down. Awesome. Let's roll around, find all fours. Probably when you get there, you want to stretch the legs out. Just acknowledging the way that sitting impacts the body. Always remembering we make adjustments to ensure that our body is best supported, whether that's moving, even though we're supposed to be seated, or we prop ourselves up. However it is. For now though, just stretch one leg back, the heel reaches back, your toes on the earth. Notice that your belly is engaged. When you've got that one leg stretched, you'll switch to the other. Awesome. Meeting back with both knees under both hips, our hands under our shoulders. We'll spread our fingers, let them grip our mat, create like a suction cup with the palms of our hands. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears and reach forward with the crowns of our heads. Soften your face, maybe even close your eyes if you can. Just feeling safe in your space. Let you really just sink into this body. And maybe even to remember that for today, it could be that our energy is what's holding our body. Our energy is choosing to keep the shape that we know as our human body. Take a breath in. With your exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, push with the arms, let your back really arch. Inhaling, the tailbone will lift, the throat, the collarbone will open, and your spine will come into a back bend, or what we call extension of the spine. Exhaling, tailbone tucks, chin tucks, back arches. This is flexion. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, collarbone opens for your cow. Exhaling, back to your cat. And we're just going to go back and forth. You choose how fast you want to move. Of course, your breath will either speed up if you want to move faster, it'll slow down if you want to move slower. But our breath always initiates our movement. Good. Do one more breath. It'll be an inhale that brings us back to tabletop. Getting your knees apart a little bit so you can slide the butt back towards the heels. Bring your forehead towards the mat, and let's just come up off of our wrists. So onto our fingertips, letting the wrists have a bit of relief. Might lift and lower your armpits a couple times, back to the shoulders. And notice tension in the hips. If there is, you might shift the weight side to side, kind of exploring, checking out what's going on there this morning. Good. If you're still on your fingertips, plant your hands. Use an inhale, come back to the middle. Bring your knees so they're back under the hips. And then let's take some small circles with the hips. Just super small. And I don't care whether you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. Notice it though, which direction you're going. Your core is engaged. Your small circles will grow. Maybe they become like medium circles. And then they become large circles. And your torso might like rock back and forth a little to allow this. Notice if there's anywhere where the movement seems limited, like maybe there's catches. The thigh bone might kind of get stuck in the hip socket. Good. Come back to the center, back to tabletop, and then switch the direction of your circle. Let it start nice and small. And then when you're ready, let it grow to a medium circle. And eventually it'll get to a big circle. We'll do one more big circle and meet at tabletop. Let your knees part. Take a breath in. Use your exhale. Send your butt back towards your heels. Forehead towards the earth. Maybe this time you wrap your arms around your legs. Let your shoulders relax. But let your wrists relax too. If there's tension in your hips, you can still shift the weight side to side. Use the breath, try to soften and relax the pelvic floor. I like to just remind myself that the exhale, every exhale is an opportunity to soften. Almost like you could sink into your exhale. Good if your arms are wrapped around your legs, let's bring them forward. We'll inhale to come on back to tabletop. Bring our knees so that they're under our hips. And let's bring right hand to the base of that right head. And then your left knee is gonna scooch back or step back. I don't know, it might be like 3 or 4 inches. It might be more, it just depends on how twisty your spine is. We're gonna take a breath in, and with our exhale, your shoulders are gonna twist and open to the right. Coming back so that you're hovering over your mat. Your exhale will twist and open you back to the right. Inhale, come back so you're over your mat. Exhale, twist and open and hold it. Maybe you lift that right arm to the ceiling, turn your gaze up towards your fingertips if you want. Take a nice big breath. An inhale, and then an exhale to bring that arm down, untwist, bring everything back to all fours. Your knee back under your hip. Awesome. Left hand then is to the base of the head. Right knee, step it back as far as you wish. Take a breath in here. Use your exhale, twist and open to the left. Inhale to come back, hovering over your mat. Exhale, twist and open. Inhale, untwist. Exhale, twist and open. Inhale, untwist. You're twisting and opening, holding it this time, potentially stretching that left arm to the ceiling, turning the gaze to those fingertips. Your belly's engaged, of course. Take another big breath. Extra inhale. Exhale to bring that arm down, untwist. Everything moves back to all fours. Knees part, breath in, breath out to come to child's pose. Soften those shoulders, shift the weight in those hips side to side. And then relax. Pelvic floor soft. Imagine that it's your energy that is holding the shape of this body. It's not that your body is like containing or almost imprisoning your energy. It's that your energy is choosing this shape, this form. If our arms are wrapped around our legs, we're going to bring them forward. Ears between our upper arms. Let's just reach with those fingertips, push back with our butt. Get that torso as long as it will go. And then inhale, come on up to tabletop. Knees under your hips, tuck your toes. Take a breath in. With your exhale, your knees and your hips will go up and back to your down dog so that your feet can pedal. And I like a slow pedal. I don't know what your body likes, but listen to whatever it is that it likes. Let those heels reach for the earth while you keep those hips high and back. Feel the belly expand with your inhale, deflate with your exhale. Be on and off both toes a few times. And very slowly then we're going to walk our hands back to our feet, your knees bending accordingly. We'll meet in our forward fold, chin tucked in.
Knees bent, I know you know this, but gentle reminder, you want your belly resting on your thighs to support the lower back. If you can keep your belly on your thighs and straighten your legs, awesome. That means you've got nice long hamstrings. And so it'll be your hamstrings that stretch instead of yanking on your lower back. Good, take a couple more breaths. Feel the heaviness in your top body. You might even have the elbows of opposite arms or hands, just to help your shoulders relax. Next inhale, slide halfway up, create your flat back, roll the shoulders back, reach way forward with the crown of your head, breath in, breath out, fold. Bend your knees, arms out like giant wings. Inhaling, we'll unhinge our hips, lift up, reach up. Hands come together and they come all the way down to the heart. Drop your arms down beside your torso, then step your feet so they're a little wider than your hips. And let's engage the core, but let our shoulders twist to the right, to the center, to the left. You're just swinging side to side. And you can let your hips follow too, if that feels okay with the lower back. It's like loosening up. Still aware of breath, belly expanding and deflating. Good, let's pause in the middle. Bring our feet so that they're, let's say they're about as wide as our mat. We're gonna bend the knees and sit down like we're coming towards a squat. We'll bring our hands to our heart and we'll push our knees back and away from us, like we're trying to push them towards the wall or whatever is behind us. Roll the shoulders back, lift your heart up, and hold this for a sec. If you need to shift your feet, I don't know, sometimes I have to put my toes out more to allow that just because my hips are funny. But you're feeling the strength in your legs. Gonna come a little lower with your squat, so sink that butt. And then lift your butt up and back as you hinge at the hips and fold forward. You can let your hands drop. Good, we're gonna sink our butt all the way back down. Bring our hands together at heart. Using an inhale, come all the way up. Torso stands up, arms lift up. And then your arms roll back and all the way around, moving back to heart. Awesome. With an inhale, drop your arms down towards your torso, roll them all the way around and up to the ceiling. Exhale, pull your palms together and down, bend your knees, sink to that squat. Inhale, butt is up. You're folding forward. Exhale, bend the knees, butt down, hands back to heart. Inhale to come all the way up with the arms even. Exhale, roll arms around and back to heart. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to squat down. Inhale, fold forward. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, hands together, you're all the way up. Exhale, roll those arms around, back to heart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, fold forward. Exhale, squat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms around, back to heart. 2 more times. Lift up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, fold. Exhale, squat. Inhale, up. Exhale, arms around, back to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, squat. Inhale, fold. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms around, back to heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, squat. Good, just holding. Let's bring our hands to our knees and then straighten the arms. Yep, and so once your arms are straight, it's like your arms are helping hold your torso up. It sort of eases the squat. But we're gonna let our weight shift side to side. So you're just rocking the hips. Maybe a leg straightens. Okay, come back to the middle. Your core is engaged. We're gonna take a twist of the shoulders to the right. So I bend my right arm and push with the left so that I can get the heart to the right. And your head just follows. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, come back to the middle. You're gonna bend your left arm, push with your right. Let your heart reach for the left. Inhale, exhale, come back to the middle. Let's lift our butt up, hinge at the hips, find the forward fold, swing your heels out so you're in a wider leg forward fold, but your feet they're parallel with each other. Good, your hands are gonna walk forward then until you're in a wide-legged down dog. Your hips high and back. Your heels still might come off the ground here a bit. Our hamstrings are probably still pretty tight, so don't try to force them to the earth. Just let them be what they are. Nice big breaths. Good. Walk your hands forward more, your torso forward, like you're coming to a wide-legged plank. You'll drop a knee, drop the other knee, and find your low plank. Yeah, so now your knees are in line with your hips. Your shoulders roll back. Notice the eyes of the elbows. If they're facing forward, turn them so they face each other. Take a breath in. With your exhale, bend your elbows, let them hug your ribs, lower to your earth. Lengthen out your legs a bit so your hips are open. Using an inhale, we'll find our cobra. And in this cobra, let's take the chest gently from right to left. Just side to side a little. I bring it back to the center. Inhaling to push up to your low plank. Exhaling, come back to child's pose. Wrap the arms around the legs if you wish. If your forehead doesn't meet the mat, you know to stack your forearms or your fists. Good, if arms are around those legs, bring them forward. Let's inhale, come back to tabletop. Over to low plank. Your core is engaged, your shoulders are away from your ears. Ever so mindfully, you're gonna let the right hip move down towards the earth. It doesn't have to come all the way down, but then back to the center. Let the left hip move down towards the left, back to the center. Right hip, and truly it could just be a tiny bit to the right, to the center, to the left, and to the center. Go side to side just a couple more times. And for real, it can just be a tiny bit. Listen to that lower back. When we meet, we're gonna meet back at low plank, so back in the center. A breath in, a breath out to bend those elbows lower to the earth. Lengthen your legs again. Inhale to get to your cobra, and gently side to side like you're slithering like the snake. Pausing in the middle. Inhale, push up, low plank. This time, tuck the toes. Let's come up and back to down dog. Hips high, hips back. Nice big breath. On and off the toes or pedaling the feet. Our armpits lifted. Ears just hanging between those upper arms. Your belly's engaged. All this stuff you know to keep your body safe. Breath in, breath out. The knees drop. Awesome. And we're going to turn the knees, even walk the knees all the way to the right edge of our mat. And then bring our left hip down. And so you've got your knees bent, pointing to the right. You're going to bend the arms and try to come down and lay on your belly. Your head can turn one way or the other. If your shoulders are tender, I'm thinking Linda in particular, she's probably going to just bring her arms down alongside her torso. But you're getting a twist, I'm sure you can tell this, a twist in your spine. It's going to impact your hips as well as you relax into this, that bottom hip. And that bottom, it's your IT band, the outside of the thigh. Everything is adapting to the position that you're holding your body. Those muscles are lengthening. And you're just softening in. Perhaps you're remembering it's your energy holding your body. And maybe even thinking about when our energy is imbalanced, we know it has an impact on the body, a physical impact. Thinking about caring for our energy, balancing it. And yes, balancing it for our mental health, but for our physical health as well. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Louise Hay, but she's an author who's been around for, I don't know, for a long while. And her books initially were full of affirmations about body parts that had ailments. And she would say that you change the thinking or the energy to heal the body. And it was for many years just regarded as like hippie woohoo. But what we know now is that the science backs this stuff. And we'll take just a couple more breaths here. If you've got your hands somewhere besides mid-chest level, you're going to try to bring them mid-chest level so that you can use those arms, those hands to lift you up. You're picking the butt up so you can roll back to the knees, back to all fours. And then our knees need to step all the way to the left side of our mat so that we can bring our right butt down and then try to lower down all the way down to the chest. And just softening, relaxing into this. Your energy is holding your body. If you've got pain in your hips, maybe pain in your knees, there's just a curiosity what that might be about. Maybe not injured. Maybe the energy imbalanced is creating the pain or the negative sensation. And keep softening into this. Couple more breaths. If you can wiggle and get your hands, at least one of them at mid-chest level. Your arms, your hands are going to help push you up. You're lifting the butt, bringing yourself back to all. Meeting at tabletop, just so the spine can realign. You were in a heck of a twist. Let's do a couple cat-cows. Your exhale will take you to cat. Your inhale will bring you back to cow. Back and forth just a couple times. We'll meet at neutral. Crawl forward on our mats. Kick our feet to the side. However it is we get onto all fours. We want to meet, not all fours, I'm sorry, onto our butts. We want to meet on our butts with our feet out in front. And we're going after those big muscles along either side of our spine, which is what was really needed this morning. Our muscles should be ready for this. Let's start by staff pose. So toes towards the shin, core engaged, you're up nice and tall. Just holding this, feeling the alignment of our spine. And then bending that left knee, pulling it in towards the right thigh. Let's turn that straight leg, so our right leg, let it scooch all the way out and over to the right. So we've got like a half of a wide-legged stance going on here. We're gonna then bring our right hand to that right, it might be your shin, you might be able to reach all the way towards the toes, I don't know. But your torso is gonna still face the front. And I like to bring my left hand just to my left hip. But as your right arm reaches down that right leg, you're creating this lateral bend in your spine, like your right shoulder is dropping towards that right thigh. And I actually know a couple of you like to bring that left arm up and even drop it alongside your ear and really get into this. Yeah, Kathy is the one. That's this beautiful bend. The rest of us, our back bodies might not be as flexible.
And so we're just ensuring that our chest is faced forward and our shoulders are back and down, and we're engaged in the core, letting that back body have its stretch. Nice job. Your head is at neutral. Keep that torso faced forward. Nice job. You've got one more breath. If your arm is alongside your ear, bend that elbow, bring it all the way back down to the hip. And inhale, we'll bring our torsos up, and let's hang out just for a sec. Let that spine realign. Nice. Switch your legs. Left one is out, right one is in. And you want that leg out, almost like you're preparing for a wide-legged forward fold. Your right hand might just stay right on the hip. Your left hand is sliding down along your left leg, and your left shoulder is reaching for that left thigh. Torso still forward though. If you want the right arm alongside your ear, go for it. The neck is comfortable. Letting the muscles and the back body and lengthen. Something to keep in mind when we're done, if you have a ball at home in a wall space, it might feel really good to put that ball between your back and the wall and let it roll around and massage those muscles on either side of the spine. Good, we've got just 2 more breaths. If your arm is alongside your ear, you're gonna slowly bring it back down. And inhale, we'll bring our torso up. Hold on just for a sec, let the spine realign. And then bring those legs both forward, back to staff pose, so back together. Awesome, we're gonna take a bend, so a hinge at the hips. Your hands will walk down your legs, maybe they find the toes, who knows. But you're gonna decide now whether you stay right here and you let this stretch address largely like your hamstrings and the back of your hips, or you move it to the entire back body. If you wanna move it there, you'll tuck the chin, let the back body bend, and it's as though your heart still is reaching for your thighs. Your core stays engaged. But because the back body is bent, those muscles alongside the spine are lengthening from top to bottom, bottom to top. And we're going to stay here for several breaths. So with the exhale, find a sense of softness in your body. You might really be able to feel the inhale expanding your belly, the exhale deflating it. Good, 2 more breaths. If your back body is bent, use your first inhale to find a flat back. Next inhale will unhinge your hips. Let your arms come back behind you, your knees bend. Let's slowly lower ourselves down to our mats. When we get down, we'll keep our knees bent. Roll the shoulders or wiggle them around so you've got your shoulders relaxed.
And then pull that right knee in towards the torso, hands to the knee, and give it a hug to you. Potentially your left leg lengthens and you find that traditional wind reliever. Although if our lower back is tender, I would encourage you to keep the knee bent. You can either just keep this bent knee still, or you might move it side to side, circle it a little bit, figure eight it. And one more breath. You're gonna switch your legs. So left one is in, right foot is either down, knee bent, or leg straight. From here, we're pulling both knees in, both hands to both knees. And keeping the butt or the sacrum, that like flat bony part on the back of your butt, it stays down connected to your mat. If you prefer happy baby to this, of course, reach for your feet. Let the soles of your feet reach for the ceiling. Maybe you rock side to side here, or circle the knees again, figure eight them. Let that lower back have contact with your mat. The last thing we want to do is a spinal twist. So you want to drop your arms out like a giant T. And depending on the depth that you want for this twist, you'll either drop the feet to the earth first and then let the knees drop. That'll make it, I guess it'll make it kinder on the back body. It's not as significant of a twist that way. Some people though keep their knees up, their feet off the ground, and then they twist over. And for my back, that's a lot. So you just decide what's good for you. Your left shoulder stays grounded. You might even turn the head to the left. Remember, if these muscles in the back, they stay tight, one of your best bets is releasing. And so you might spend an extra 5 or 10 minutes today, like just rolling around on the ground, doing your releases, using your ball on the wall. Good if your head is turned to the left, bring it back to the middle. And let's keep our feet on the ground, but bring our knees one at a time back to the middle. And then maybe you bring your knees back in towards your torso and drop them over, or maybe you just drop them over to the left. Your head might turn to the right. Both your shoulders stay connected to your earth. And your body just gets to sink into this. Couple more breaths. If your gaze is turned to the right, bring it back to the middle. Keep your feet on the earth, but let the knees move back to the middle. Your feet then and your knees will come together, and you'll let the knees rock a little side to side. And if it's better for you to pull the knees into the chest and then rock, more of your back body gets connected that way. Just any last little bit of movement before you stretch out into corpse pose. When you do make it to corpse pose, I would invite you to get your feet so that they're a bit wider than the hip. And then remember our trick for lengthening our own legs since we're not together. We want to reach with the heel, reach as far as you can, and then relax that leg. Reach with the other heel, then relax that leg so your feet roll out and open even. Your shoulders could wiggle, you could tuck the shoulder blades. Let your head move a little side to side, tuck the chin a little, and then settle in a place where your neck can relax. If your eyes aren't closed, you might choose to close your eyes. And our intention here is to let this body soften. To purposely relax each and every muscle. From head to toe, from toe to head. Your breath can help you relax. In fact, you might use an exhale and choose to relax your face. Your exhaling could relax the back of your head. Exhaling to relax your neck. Exhaling to relax your shoulders. Exhaling to relax your arms, clear down to your fingers. Exhaling to relax your chest and down through your ribs to your belly. Exhaling to relax your back. Exhale, relax your butt and your hips. Exhale to relax your thighs and your knees, your calves. Exhaling the feet, they relax too. Exhaling, whole body relaxes. Exhaling, whole body relaxes more. It keeps relaxing. And with body relaxed, we remember that perhaps it's our energy that holds this body. This body is what we identify with for now as human. But it just might be that the energy that extends out beyond the boundaries of our body might extend all the way out to the plants, to the animals. It might just be that the boundary we think we know isn't even there, that we're all just the same energy. Bring your awareness back to the boundary of the body, to what you know is yours right now, your fingers, your toes. Wiggle them, move your head a little. If you need a last stretch, the arms that reach the ceiling may drop alongside the ears. Wiggling, stretching, and eventually bending the knees. Letting your hips shift one way or another so you can roll to your side body. A breath or two there. And then, of course, our hands and our arms, we want them to help push us up. And we just come back where we can settle at a comfortable seat again, right where we started. Our eyes closed. Aware of this life where we are in our bodies. We identify with this form. We might also at least wonder if the energy that's within us is the same energy that's in the rivers or the trees. If it's way bigger than what we as humans might think. With an inhale, we'll bring the palms together, the thumbs tucked at the heart, the chin bowed towards the chest. Remembering that the term namaste, it does mean that the energy in me, it honors the energy in you with a recognition that it's far more alike than it could ever be different. Namaste.